All right, that is my cue. Hello, everyone. In this virtual world, we come together. Welcome to this Groundswell annual showcase. And yes, that is me. And yes, I am coming to you from Grand Valley's WGVU studios. So honored to be here. And next year, we'll all be together again, up close and personal. But this is going to be a fun evening. And we thank you, of course, for being here. Excited to see the work, of course, of the West Michigan students who protect and will protect our local environment. Here we are. Groundswell is one of 7 hubs of the Great Lakes Stewardship Initiative, whose mission is to engage students, of course, in community-based projects to enhance learning and foster the next generation of environmental students. Central Woodlands with you, Chris Patrick, name, grade, subject, and project, please.
Yeah, my name is Chris Patrick. I teach 5th grade at Central Woodlands, and I teach language arts and science.
Great, talk about your project.
Video we can watch. And I'll tell you about my project. We have an area behind our media center, a courtyard. At the beginning of the year, I started feeding the birds, and we had a lot of birds coming in, and we kind of became curious about, what sustains the birds naturally. It was then that we discovered we had some invasive species out in the courtyard. And so we decided to write a grant where we would remove the invasive species and plant some native plants that would provide food and shelter for the birds. At this point, we've removed a buckthorn, we've removed autumn olive, we've removed honeysuckle, and we've gotten through Plaster Creek and Kent Conservation District some native plants and grasses that we're going to be planting later this week. In Forest Hills Public Schools began with our class feeding and observing our neighborhood birds. We soon learned that our feathered friends would benefit if we removed invasive species from the courtyard and added native plants that could provide food and shelter. With help from Groundswell, we've been able to remove invasives, a massive buckthorn, a growing autumn olive, and a stubborn honeysuckle plant, as well as many other smaller invasives. We were also able to purchase native plants from both Plaster Creek and the Kent Conservation District. Our ultimate goal is to provide a sanctuary in which birds can find both food and cover. We've already planted a serviceberry tree thanks to Patty Tolley and Elgro, and on Friday, May 28th, we will be planting an array of grasses and wildflowers that will provide for native wildlife. Through this educational experience and the 5th grade life science unit, students have learned about our natural habitat as well as invasive species and the importance of native species for our watershed and the Great Lakes.
Wonderful, thank you for that project.